Police say the victim and the suspect knew each other through their employment at Amazon. We now know just yesterday the suspect was served with a protective order for stalking the victim. One by one, cars filing out of this Amazon warehouse parking lot in Horn Lake after a fatal shooting.
I heard like 2 or 3 of them, but it was real quick, crack, crack, crack. Next thing you know, I'm hearing from coworkers and whatnot that, that there's a young lady dead in the parking lot.
To my brother was about 3:01. That's when he had made threats that he was coming here to kill me and my brother.
Subscribe, like, and hit the notification bell for future content. 44-year-old Ebony Crockett, better known as Shay, was a loving, kind, sweet-hearted person. Her smile was very contagious. To know her was to love her. She was very entertaining and a joy to be around. Spending time with her family was a must for her. Anyone who was fortunate enough to be in the company of Shay can attest to the fact she was independent, funny, and goofy, which was one of her signature trademarks. She enjoyed making others laugh. Even after the loss of her mom about 6 months ago, Shay still kept a smile on her face. She worked at Amazon as a customer return processor. Even though she was there only for a short period of time, she enjoyed her job, and so did her coworkers. While there, she met Corey Brewer, 44, in December of 2021. The two hit it off right away and got into a relationship. Later, Corey got fired from his job due to his actions. Their relationship was good in the beginning until Corey became jealous and obsessive. So around April of 2022, Shay ended their relationship in a nice way. But that didn't stop Corey from begging like James Brown and crying like Keith Sweat. He started knocking on her door at her home, leaving love letters, gifts, just to get her attention. He even stalked her at her job, where he was no longer employed at. So Shay decided that she had had enough of his foolishness and filed a protective order on June 2nd, 2022. Sadly, on June 3rd, 2022, Corey would show up at Amazon where Shay works, wait about 2 hours until she got off, and he would do the unthinkable.
Tonight, the family of a woman shot to death at a Mid-South Amazon facility is being represented by well-known attorney Ben Crump. Ebony Crockett was killed earlier this month when she was shot in the parking lot of the Amazon Fulfillment Center in Horn Lake, where she worked. The accused killer, Corey Brewer, lost his life the very same day during a shootout with Memphis police. Crump released a statement throwing blame at Amazon for having what he calls inadequate security. The death of Ebony Crockett, his quote is tragic in a number of different ways. Ebony went through all of the appropriate avenues to protect herself from this disturbed man, only to be killed by him as she was leaving her workplace due to Amazon's lack of security measures.
Coverage of the shooting earlier today at Amazon. Court documents are showing the victim, 44-year-old Ebony Crockett, was afraid of the man who ultimately killed her and had tried to get help.
Crockett was shot outside her job at the Amazon warehouse in Horn Lake. WREG's Bria Jones joins us live with a closer look into this relationship between the victim and the suspect. Bria?
Horn Lake police identified the victim as 44-year-old Ebony Crockett. Her brother, Larry Crockett, tells WREG she was a loving light.
Very traumatic. We're just distraught at this juncture.
Detectives say she was killed by Corey Brewer, who was shot to death by Memphis police officers hours later. The victim's family says he was calling them minutes before he died, claiming he was on the way to Marktree to take care of business there.
His last call to my brother was about 3:01. That's when he had made threats that he was coming here to kill me and my brother.
Crockett says he never met Brewer, but the two started dating shortly after their mother died last December.
Dealing with his behavior, I felt like something like this could happen, but I didn't think it would.
WREG obtained this no-contact order filed in Poinsett County. It was served yesterday, ordering Brewer to stay away from Crockett's home in Marktree and stay away from the job. The protective order, which was originally filed in May, also orders Brewer not to possess any weapons, rules the killer failed to follow.
She tried to get away in a nice way, the nicest way that she could. but you can't reason with a fool. If she was here today, she would say, look here, run, get the police involved. Don't try to protect whoever it is.
Through all the sadness, Shay's smile will be remembered by her loved ones.
The Crockett family knows loss all too well. Just 6 months ago, Ebony's mother passed away, and while this family heals, those who came out this evening gathered around to let them know that they're not healing alone. Well over 200 came out to Carver Park and marked tree with one purpose.
We're celebrating the life of our good friend, Ebony Crockett.
Ebony Crockett, who many referred to as Shay, was tragically killed Friday afternoon, shot in the back parking lot where she worked at the Amazon Fulfillment Center in Horn Lake, Mississippi. News reached friends and family shortly after, but didn't sink in. They couldn't believe it.
It affected our whole family. It affected our church. It affected our community. It affected everyone. So it's something that is going to take us a while to heal.
She was always kind.
Crockett's brother, Larry, recalled Friday. His sister's killer, who authorities have identified as Corey Brewer, called Larry 13 times the day of the killing, never answered.
And I seen it come across the news on my phone that somebody had been fatally killed. Immediately after that, 20 minutes later, he began to call me again.
Larry says Brewer threatened to return to Mark Tree and kill him. Shortly after, Brewer was killed by Memphis police officers. It's a weight Larry, an elder at a Marked Tree church, carried with him into Sunday worship.
And killed my sister at 12:02. I got strength on this morning to be able to preach.
But Sunday evening, the mentality was celebration. Almost everyone we spoke with said the same thing of what they'll remember their friend Ebony by.
Her smile. I'll never forget her smile.
Her smile, it will light up the room.
With balloons released and a sense of community surrounding the family, all that's left now is to heal.
I want to give my thoughts and opinion on this story. Very sad situation. She ended their relationship in a nice way. In her mind, I'm pretty sure she'd been through enough dealing with the loss of her mom, and she did not want to deal with any nonsense. Who could blame her? But he couldn't take no for an answer. So he did everything he could to get her attention. But she did not fall for it. This man waited 2 hours at her job until she got off and took her life for no reason. Then on top of that, he called her brothers because he was going to take their life as well. But the police got to him in time. Even though he died in the presence of the police officers, this man was still pure evil. She did everything right, and this man took her life like she didn't matter to no one. But at the end of the day, her smile will be remembered by her loved ones. Ladies, pay attention to the red flags, know your worth, and be safe. Leave your thoughts and opinions down below. I will continue to keep my thoughts and prayer with the family, and I will see y'all in my next video.